Hey everybody, you know me. It's Paul with Washington Pro Carpet Cleaning. And I'm doing this rather large living room. Their dog urinated in a couple places. However, the homeowner was able to get to it, blot it up. She used, I think, Nature's Miracle. So there's really no odors or big problems here. She has children, and I think she's pregnant currently. So she wanted to get it cleaned and then also have it sanitized, deodorized. And so what I'm doing here, last time I did this house, I steam cleaned it. And I told her because she was able to blot up the urine and use an enzyme, it looks like the urine, if there's anything left, would be on the surface anyway. So I told her I would use the 175 and do a low moisture cleaning. I have the carpet brush there. I'm going to use that. And then I'll pat it extracted dry with the Ironman pad. And what's going on here in the background is she moved that TV stand in front of the fireplace, which I don't know why. It belonged back in the corner and there was nothing under it. But anyway, it disconnected the internet and all the kids were complaining. So I think she got it all straightened out. So I'll finish pre-spraying. I'm using Green Dragon today. And then when I'm completely finished, I'm going to spray some Odor Death, which is a stabilized ClO2. And I'm not going to dilute it. I'm just going to put, maybe 12 to 15 ounces in a bottle. And then I'll come in and post-spray it, let it sit. I told her after a couple hours she might want to just vacuum everything up. And I'm kind of learning the ropes here on the filming. When I put it on my little tripod, I should have put it in that window that is facing us because the light source was coming through that window. That's why everything's kind of bright and blurred out. I put it on the wall on the other side, so I'm learning. Next time I'll look for the light source and get it right. And oh my goodness, wearing these masks are a pain in the butt, aren't they? If you're in the carpet cleaning business or some type of service industry, my goodness, it can be hard to breathe when a lot of people, they don't put the air on in their house, so you already have warm air, and then you're covering your face. Here's the brush. It's still getting broke in. It almost looks like the machine is lopsided when I start, but I think when I lifted it out of my van, the little rubber guard came up in the front and is kind of cockeyed crooked, which doesn't affect anything, but it'll look a little strange when I get going. Plus the brush needs to break in. Since a rotary goes in one motion, one side tends to get a little more weight to it. I think, anyway, that's my opinion as I'm doing this. But this is a short pile, and it's got, it's long enough to where the brush works on it good. So, and I'll go through this thing. This machine, it moves itself. You just kind of gently lift the handle and it'll go left. You push down a little bit, it'll go right. So I'm not using any muscle or force. I'm just letting this machine do its thing. And with the brush, I do like the fact that I can go pretty quick. I can go across the room. I try to hit an area and then go before it and just slide it across the room, get it all brushed out and agitated, get that chemical working and all the soil and urine suspended. And then I'll come through with the Ironman pad, mop it all up, or extract it, as we say. Get all the soil out of there. And you can see I'm really happy with the results I'm getting. I'm getting those ice cream swirls. These light taupe carpets, or this one's actually a gray, but when you use the brush on it, it'll move the direction of the pile one way and then the other way, so it gives you that kind of ice cream look. So I'll get this other side finished up here, and I'll catch up with you a little bit further down the road on the video. Okay, that was awesome. Now, I'm not going to edit this. I couldn't get the brush off the machine. It slides on there, you know, the way it works. It just kind of, you put it on, then you turn it, and it stays in place, and then you just turn it to get it off. But it kind of got really tight seated on there. And for the life of me, I couldn't get it out. I had to end up going out and getting a pair of pliers to hold the center, and then pop the brush off. So if there's a tool they make for that, let me know. Here's the Ironman. We're gonna go back and do all that we just did again, but this time we're extracting. These are 19.5-inch bonnets, and I ran into a guy, I think it's the natural cleaner or something out here in my area, and he wanted to check out my equipment. I was checking out his. He's a VLM guy as well. That's all he does, though. He doesn't do any steam cleaning, but he told me that the rotary, a 17-inch rotary, will have a 15-inch disc drive. And I measured it, and he was correct. And he said, on a rotary, for better control and cleaning, you want to use just 2 inches above the driver size. So 2 inches above 15 would be a 17-inch pad. I guess that's why they call it a 17-inch rotary. So anyway, I went ahead. These are 19 and a half. You can see they hang over pretty good, which is fine. But I went ahead and put an order in the end cap store for some 17-inch pads so I could see if it makes a difference or not. So when those come in, I have a wall guard on the machine, and I think 17-inch I measured from the edge of the driver to the outside, and it'll actually hang over about a 1/2 inch, which would be perfect. A little bit smaller pads. So I'll try that out. He does orbital. He's got those Vibe and something else, some pretty cool machines in his truck. But he said the orbitals are made to have 4 inches additional from the driver's side. So if you're using an orbital and it's like, say, a 15-inch, you would want to go 19 inches so that you got the extra 4 inches to cover what areas you need, I guess, because of the orbiting motion. So there's a trick. If anybody knew that, or if I'm wrong or he's wrong, chime in the comments and let me know. On a rotary, you want to go 2 inches above, and on a orbital, 4 inches above is, I guess, the way they're designed to work. So you can see it's coming out really nice. And I thought I would add in this video too, just so people know this is August 2020. Excuse me. And this is the time that you want to book extra work, double it up. What I do is, I have some regular repeat customers, which helps me. But if you're a new carpet cleaner, what you got to keep in mind is in December and January, when you're new and you don't have regular repeats built up over time, then it's feast or famine. You may not have any work, and then your wife or your significant other's looking at you going, what are you doing sitting around the house? And there goes your business. After the first year, you get so nervous, you might only do 4 jobs in December. And it's Christmas and all that, and then January hits and you're still waiting for work. So it's something that you need to know. And by booking extra work, you will be able to put money away and have it for when that happens, for December and January. That's what I did the first few years. I've been doing this for 30 years. So what I do also is, as you go into homes, if it's a residential home and they own it and they live there and they're not a move out, moving somewhere else, they're just cleaning, then let them know when you're done. Hey, I use Google Calendar. I have you on my calendar. I'd recommend, you get service, every 8 months or 12 months. Can I go ahead and move you forward on my calendar, either 8 or 12 months? That way you'll be set, and I'll put a little note next to it to give you a call as a reminder the day before. And I just put a little asterisk mark next to the name, and that when I see it on my schedule, I know I need to give them a reminder. So I'm pre-booking people in December and January that own their homes and happen to get it cleaned on those months. And now they show up in December and January the following year. So I'm not sitting there worried or getting nervous that I'm not going to have any work. And trust me, it'll happen to you. So you need to be ready for that and build over time. And when I'm saying take extra jobs during the summer, you might be like, wow, this business is fantastic in the summer. and you're busy and you start spending your money and you buy new equipment and better chemicals and all kinds of stuff, you got to remember when you're new, you're going to need to put some of that money away. And the, excuse me, what I did in the early years, the first year, I almost went out of business. I didn't have anything in December and January, and I was like, wow, I got to go back to finding a job. But the second year, I started taking people that were not at least a $250 job. I would move them as soon as they called. I'd book them for about 4 p.m. and I would leave room for the $250+ jobs on those days. In fact, if I had to cancel and reschedule a little $100 and $125 job, I would do it so that I could take the bigger job. So just look out for that. This job was awesome. Check out the swirls. I'm going to go get the CLO2 and get it all deodorized. Head to my next job. Check out the pad. Thanks for watching another episode of Carpet Cleaning Guys Vlog, and I'll see you in the next one.